Yo, hey guys, hope you're all doing well. And I've been thinking a lot lately. Well, might come as a surprise to some of you, I know. But over the past year or so, I've been playing a lot of games where story has been the main focus. And I started thinking to myself, just how important is story to a game? Um, so, in the January sale on the PlayStation Store, I bought a game called Virginia, and it's basically a detective kind of game where you've got to solve the mystery of a missing boy. But the interesting thing about this game, Virginia, which is, by the way, set in Virginia, is that there's no dialogue in the game. Yeah? So nobody speaks at all, and you might think, how does that work in a game like this, where you've obviously got to go around asking questions, surely? And the way the game did it was very good. I mean, there was a lot of symbolism in it. You could see the interaction between the characters. You saw pictures, so you did understand what was going on. But it worked really well without any dialogue whatsoever. It was a completely different game to play. It was I really enjoyed it. You know what? I think the key to these games is connecting with that story. Um, if you're just playing it for the gameplay, it might not be so appealing to you. But in Virginia, they did it very well. I gotta say, the ending was a bit confusing, but I think what it was doing, the ending was basically leaving it up to you to like interpret everything you'd seen in the game to decide about your own ending. And even though it was only like 2 hours long, I thought it was a really great game. It's one of those like little gems you come across and you find, like Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons. I really enjoyed that back on the PlayStation 3. That you really connect with the game because the story hits you like emotionally and stuff like that. It's great. And there's a couple of other like story-driven games I've played recently in the last year, 2016, that were really good. Firewatch being one of them. The storyline in that between, the guy and the woman, the different, what do you call them, rangers. The dialogue between them was really good. The story, and I just love games where you get to go out and explore areas, um, see what secrets you can find, and then the story, slowly adds up. The Fansion of Ethan Carter, that was another one. Not one of my favorite ones I played, but that was good as well for the story, how that came together. Um, Gone Home, off the top of my head, can't remember what that was. That was when you played the character of a school to come back from the army or something to find a family house deserted, and you had to like go all around the house, basically looking for documents and clues on what has happened. And I thought that was really good because that builds up the story slowly as well. Another game I enjoyed playing was Everyone's Gone to the Rapture. Now, a lot of people think that's a bit slow and boring, but yeah, I agree with the slow pace. I was not a fan of that, but I did like it. The detail in the community. I think it was set like in a Yorkshire village. The detail in that game is absolutely amazing, and you get to go into like people's houses and explore. And then there's certain parts when you reach them, it tells you the story of what happened there, and it's really good. And that if that was just a game on its own without any story, you get bored of it. I think after a while, you're like, okay, I've searched like 500 houses, 5 communities already. What's the point? So story does play a big impact in these games. Um, Now take Final Fantasy for example. Final Fantasy VII had an amazing story, and that's what helped me connect to it even more than any other game I ever played. Um, I think that might have been the first game to actually make me feel emotional, as like in sad emotional. The way just because you were like playing the game and you started to care about the characters and it because it was such a great story. And then when that one scene happens, you know what I'm talking about. I was like, ooh. But then compare that to Final Fantasy 15. It's a great game gameplay wise, um, but there wasn't a lot of story in it. The the parts where there was story did work well for me. I thought there was some awesome scenes when you're fighting against the summons, but besides that, there was very little story content. So even though I love that game, I did play it to death. I couldn't connect to it like I could connect to these like smaller indie games. So I think story just has such a big impact for me anyway on how I enjoy the games, how I can interact with them more. So like rather than putting Call of Duty in, I'd rather play a game like Virginia like every now and then because it just transports you to like another place. It's amazing. Speaking of Call of Duty, I've recently gone back to it, trying to get back into the series again, playing Infinity Warfare. Not so bad. Keep looking down next on my desk. But yeah, anyway, that's nothing to do with story, although it does have a story. So yeah. So let me know what you guys think about story. Does it mean that much to you when you're playing? Do you just like you just there for the gameplay? Um, I got a friend who, when he's playing games, he'll skip the cutscenes, but for me, that's part of the experience. It's all part of the package. Because I'm thinking sometimes, okay, what am I doing now? What's this happened? Yeah, I can run and slash this guy with a sword, or I can open his chest, whatever. But why? What's this happened in the story to make me do these things? You know? Yeah. So there's some thoughts, guys. Yeah, let me know in the comments below what you think of story, and that is my story. So thank you for watching, and as ever, boom. See you soon. Ba-dum.